The year is 2025, the world is a dumpster fire, but hey, at least it's a familiar dumpster fire, and in a surprising turn of events, three men who definitely know their way around a dumpster fire are meeting to try and put it out.
Back for round two, and somehow even more orange, I'm hosting this summit.
Vladimir Putin, looking more and more like a Bond villain who's allergic to daylight, flew in.
I'm here and I'm ready to discuss whatever this is.
And Volodymyr Zelensky, sporting his signature wartime chic, arrived with a laundry list of demands and a healthy dose of skepticism.
I have my doubts, but let's see what happens.
This wasn't just another boring summit with stale pastries and even staler diplomacy. No, this time, the fate of the world rested on something far more potent than sanctions or strongly worded letters. This time, it was all about the shrooms, baby. Now, we all know these three aren't exactly known for their chill vibes, but something about the threat of global annihilation does wonders for one's perspective. Maybe it was the oxygen-thin air of international diplomacy, or maybe someone spiked the borscht. Whatever the reason, these three unlikely comrades decided to explore a radical new path to peace psychedelic weapons. Forget your nukes and your hypersonic missiles, we're talking about weapons-grade DMT, magic mushroom bombs. Imagine entire battalions breaking out in synchronized interpretive dance instead of, war crimes. Imagine Putin, high as a kite, finally understanding the concept of personal space. Imagine Trump, lost in a kaleidoscope of self-reflection, finally realizing, nah, just kidding, some things are beyond even the most potent hallucinogen. Of course, developing these weapons of mass distraction wouldn't be easy. Good thing America has some experience turning questionable ideas into military contracts. So, naturally, Trump called up his good buddies at Northrop Grumman and Lockheed Martin.
Listen, fellas, forget the F-35, we're going full Woodstock on these commies.
And wouldn't you know it, the engineers delivered. Soon prototypes were being tested in the Nevada desert, far from the prying eyes of the Geneva Convention.
There were a few hiccups along the way, like the unfortunate incident involving a test subject, a flock of pigeons, and a very intense game of imaginary chess.
But eventually they perfected it, the DMT-tipped HIMARS missile, capable of turning a battlefield into a giant love-in. The final test was a resounding success. Well, success might be a strong word. Let's just say no one involved remembers what happened, but everyone came out feeling oddly connected.
Even I cracked a smile, which is more terrifying than reassuring, to be honest.
And so, with the threat of turning the entire planet into a giant Grateful Dead concert, the three leaders sat down to sign a peace treaty.
Maybe, just maybe, we've stumbled onto something truly groundbreaking.
And as they passed around a peace pipe filled with something decidedly more potent than tobacco, a sense of weary optimism filled the room. Maybe, just maybe, they'd stumbled onto something truly groundbreaking. Or maybe it was just the munchies talking. Either way, it was the start of a beautiful, bizarre, and slightly terrifying new era.